Singer is placed in a lineup, but the victim isn't able to identify anyone. Later, Nolan sits in the same holding cell where Singer had been, and Singer unknowingly confesses to him. At roll call, Gray announces that everyone will be on foot patrol for the day, following a suggestion Nolan had made. Lopez and West respond to the first call. They drive to a house where they discover a woman dead with a head wound. Her husband is on the floor nearby, saying he found her like this when he came home. Detective Calderon arrives and takes charge of the case, instructing them to canvass the neighbor. Meanwhile, Harper and Nolan spot a drug deal happening. When they step in, Nolan recognizes the buyer as Bianca and mentions that she had just earned her 30-day sobriety chip. He cuffs her, and she admits she was buying fentanyl, giving up the dealer's name as Curtis. Chen and Bradford are on foot patrol when a man tries to steal from a group of girl guides. The moment he spots them, he takes off running but dashes into the street and gets hit by a car, crashing straight through the windshield. One of the girl guides looks at Chen and asks if she'll earn a badge for what just happened. Meanwhile, Nolan and Harper report their lead on the fentanyl case to Gray. But before they can act on it, the DA shows up, revealing they've already been investigating the same lead. They plan to use Bianca to go after the bigger players behind the drug. Back at the crime scene, Detective Calderon is getting ready to leave when Lopez and West tell her that neighbors noticed a suspicious car circling the area. Calderon dismisses their input, pointing out the house has a history of domestic violence calls. She also mentions the wife had withdrawn a large amount of cash earlier that morning. Her theory is that the husband is responsible, and she reminds them they're not the detectives on this case. Nolan tells Mike from the DEA that Bianca isn't in the right state of mind to go through with their plan. She's emotional and clearly struggling. Mike coldly reminds her that he's her handler, not her friend. Once outside, he warns her to stop thinking he has any personal feelings for her. Harper then calls Nolan back and tells him she's going undercover as Crystal, and he's going in with her. She sets herself up in a risky situation, posing as someone with a powerful buyer who wants to purchase all the fentanyl at once. The dealer doesn't believe her at first. To convince him, she offers to introduce her old man waiting outside. Nolan drives up, playing the role, and they seal the deal when he flashes a bag of cash. Meanwhile, Lopez hands Calderon a file showing a pattern. Several people had made large withdrawals from the same bank and were robbed the very next day. This points to something bigger. It turns out the husband wasn't the killer after all. Calderon brings in the bank teller who handled those withdrawals, and Lopez questions him until he cracks. He confesses, saying he never meant to kill the woman. Bianca meets with her dealer but ends up betraying the cops by giving them up. Enraged, he grabs her just as Nolan, Harper, and Mike storm in. A shootout breaks out, and Harper calls for backup. In the chaos, Mike is shot, but Harper quickly takes down the gunman who hit him. Meanwhile, another vehicle slips away before the gunfire starts. Bianca is inside with one of the crew members. Chen and Bradford give chase, but their pursuit ends when another car slams into them. Back at the scene, Nolan manages to trace one of the burner phones still active in the building. It leads him to Bianca moments before she's about to be executed. He arrests her, but Bianca breaks down, insisting it wasn't her fault, that she was hurt and lost control. Later, Calderon asks Lopez if she's ever considered becoming a detective, hinting she could help fast-track her career. On the other side, Mike offers Harper a job, but she turns it down, though she admits she wouldn't refuse dinner. As Bianca sobs on her way to prison, Nolan watches quietly. Gray walks over and tells him he owes him a beer. What did you think of this episode? Let me know in the comments below.